Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Are you a moron or are you just stupid? It's wild. This is just wild. Your boy Jimmy has come out and said it because we already knew where he was. Brexit means Brexit, reform, Farage, but his comments about immigration is pretty crazy. And what we need to look at is, and this is something you need to talk about, is you have to know when to speak and you have to be cognizant and aware of what you are associated to and what brand you are also associated with. So let's just look at what he said before we break it down. So it's what your boy Jimmy said. I ain't calling no guys, sir. So remember it says about the current climate of the UK. You can't have an economy with 9 million people on benefits and huge levels of immigrants coming in. I mean, the UK has been colonized. It's a big word. It's costing too much money. Wait, hold on. Colonized. Wasn't there an empire that were one of the biggest colonizers in the world? Am I not from a country that is a product of a empire that's colonized somewhere? I don't know. What's the name of the empire that went around colonizing most of the world? Hence why most of us speak English, specifically in Africa. I don't know. British? The British Empire? No. The British Empire. The British Empire or the British Empire? I don't know who it is. The UK has been colonized by immigrants. Really, hasn't it? I mean, the population of the UK was 58 million in 2020. Now it's 70 million. That's 12 million people. So this is a bit of a complicated scenario here because there are different kinds of ways in which you can view this here. You see, if he talks about an influx of immigration or an immigration issue, that's something you can discuss. That is a debate you can go back and forth, which is something that America is now dealing with. And Europe as a whole, it's been a major bone of contention of like, how many immigrants can you take in? Is it too much change for too many communities? Because one thing I'll say is this is that if you are of a particular culture and you know of a culture and a different culture comes in, that doesn't speak your language, that have different ways of doing things and different customs opposed to your own custom, you have every right to be like, hey, that's crazy. Now, you being racist, you being antagonistic, that's a different thing. But you saying that this is too much change for me. I'm sorry, you can't hate on a group of people who have a particular culture, and when another culture comes over to their land, and doesn't want to mesh with their culture and doesn't want to integrate with their culture, they take issue with that. That's fully fair. Because remember, I was in Germany and I was speaking to some of the Germans and they said that a big thing is the integration is poorly done. So when immigrants come in, they don't integrate them into German culture, learning German ways, and actually integrating with German people. So once they just come, they still speak their language and keep to themselves, which is wrong. If you go to another country, you have to fully meld in with the country's culture, their way of doing things, because what you can't do is enforce your culture onto someone else's land. That can't happen. If I'm living in Nigeria and Lebanese people say, oh, we must speak Lebanese and we must have Lebanese customs everywhere, I'm like, no, you can't do that here. You can have your customs and everything, but you can't enforce your customs onto my customs in my land. You can't do that. But you are very welcome to have your own culture here because multiculturalism is a beautiful thing. But think thing about Jimmy here. So Jimmy says colonized by immigrants. Because I want to get to, because I want to keep this football because there is a footballing aspect that's very important. But let me just deal with his comments and then I want to deal with the whole united aspects. But let me just first deal with the whole colonization aspect before I get to the whole united aspects and why what he's saying as the face of united is extremely stupid. So colonization. So here's the thing. Fair. If you colonized India, Nigeria, all these other places, isn't it fair that they now colonize you back? Surely that's fair. If you went around colonizing India Can't India now come and colonize you? If you went to colonize Nigeria, can Nigerians come and colonize you? That's only fair. So by him using, that's just how stupid he is. Using the word colonized, it's like, what was the country and the kingdom that went around colonizing most of the freaking world, enforcing their Christianity and their language onto everyone? The reason why I don't speak Chekiri or I don't speak my Ishan language is because of colonization. I should be fluent in Yoruba, fluent in Chekiri, or fluent in my Ishan language. The reason why I'm not fluent in those languages is because Nigeria was colonized by England, hence why I speak English. I speak English due to colonization. So it's only fair that if you colonize them, surely let them colonize you. That's fair. That's fair. So immigrants are coming in, reading everything. So take away the immigrants. So if you take away the immigrants, who does all the nursing jobs? So go to most of your hospitals. Most of those nurses are either West African or Filipino. Most of those doctors and nurses as well, mostly Indian. So if immigrants leave, do you think all those English people, some of them on the dole, some of them on benefits, are going to work as hard as these nurses? These nurses, they clean piss, they clean crap. They have to deal with people who are dealing with Alzheimer's, racist patients. I've witnessed it. I have been in hospitals seeing patients scream at nurses, shout at nurses, being rude at nurses. And these nurses can't complain, have to always be at their beck and call, have to always attend to the patients. The patients can be racist to them. They can be rude to them. They can be shout and scream. The nurses have to be there. It is a tough job and an extremely important job with the amount of people suffering from Alzheimer's, suffering from all of these other diseases. And so those nurses form an extremely important part of how the UK hospital thing works, specifically through COVID. So Jimmy, you want to say Filipinos, Indians, Nigerians, Ghanaians go? Okay, let them go. You think English guys? Because you see, Jimmy, you're rich and you're privileged, so you don't really understand your country. So when you're rich, you don't really understand how do the lower class live, how do the middle class live, how does the regular Englishman live? Because the regular Englishman is not as hardworking as that Japanese man or that Nigerian man. Go to Nigeria and look at how hard the regular man has to work for freaking peanuts, how they have to sweat, how children 5, 6 years old are having to work hard, pushing tires, working tires. 5-year-old, 6-year-old children in Nigeria are working hard. That's hard working. Go to Japan. Because Japan is a homogeneous society where everyone thinks about the whole and everyone understands, people are resourceful, they're hardworking. The Japanese society is not the same as the English society. So for the Japanese society, they don't need immigration because everybody knows that we work for the whole and everybody works in unison. That's not England. And there's a reason why both the Conservatives and the Labour, they may disagree on a lot of stuff. What the Conservatives and Labour agree upon is we need a certain level of immigration. A certain level of immigration, because immigration is important to how this country operates. And they know that they have leaned upon immigration to bolster the UK economy and make England actually economically viable. Immigration is very important. So the Conservatives and Labour, they know exactly. The issue is too much immigration and an excess of immigration. But immigration at a particular level is crucial to the working of the economy based on the particular job sectors that are important there. But here's where the football thing comes through. Here's where the football thing comes through now. This is where it gets key. Man United is not just a football club. Man United is a brand. So I did like an international business course. And in the international business course, there's a module called PR, public relations. Public relations is not about telling the truth or saying the right thing. Public relations is you saying this affects this bottom line, affects are perception. Perception is reality. Truth isn't reality. Perception is reality. So as the PR guy from Manchester United, the brand, not the football club, the brand, my thing is, what you say, how does it affect how people perceive Man United, the brand? So if you, the face of Manchester United, come out and say, we've been colonized by immigrants, not illegal immigrants, just colonized by just immigrants as a whole, which is pretty much a dog whistle for go back to Africa, go back to India, go back to Pakistan, go back to Ghana, keeping them white. As a PR guy, you've screwed up because that is going to harm how we are perceived. Man United is not an English brand. It's not a Newcastle brand or Devon brand. It's a global, international brand. It is one of the biggest sporting brands in the world. Real Madrid, the LA Lakers, Barcelona, the New York Knicks. You see, maybe the Dallas Cowboys, but that may just be regional. Bayern Munich, Manchester United is a global brand, and it is one of the biggest global sporting brands in the world. Like, Man United is top 3 global sporting brands in the world. Because for me, I don't know what's number 1, but I would argue that you would say Real Madrid, the Lakers, and Man United might be the top 3 sporting brands in the world. And then you can probably say Barca can squeeze in there. So if I'm the PR guy, I'm saying, Jimmy, you effing moron. Whether you want to believe it or not believe that, to say that at an interview, that's going to harm our stock prices. That's going to harm the brand. The brand will take a hit by you saying that. You can't say that as a face of Manchester United. So for Jimmy, it is extremely stupid. Whether you want to say whether he's right or wrong or whatever side, again, the PR person is not here to be political. The PR person is the brand, the brand, the brand, the brand. Screw politics. Screw the leftists. Screw the right-wing extremists. Screw the liberals. Screw the conservatives. I'm here about the brand. And what helps the brand? What harms the brand? Do things and say things to help the brand. Do not to do things or say things to be detrimental to the brand. You saying that is being detrimental to the brand. So if I'm a PR guy, I'm saying to Jimmy, you have to apologize. You can't say that again. If you care about the brand. You see, if you don't care about the brand, double down, triple down. But if you care about the brand, which means people buying our merchandise, people buying our season tickets, people buy, because again, it's bleeds into everything. A lot of people could be like, what he said is racist, what he said is wrong, what he said is a dog whistle. I'm not going to buy that ticket when you come to tour in China. I'm not going to buy the tickets when you come to tour in America. I'm not going to buy that season ticket. It harms the business. So again, as a PR guy, I'm not here to take sides politically. It's all about business. It's all about business. See, the PR guy is not red or blue. He's green. It's about money. It's about cash. Shout out to D'Angelo Barksdale from The Wire. It ain't about rights. F right. It's about money. So, Jim, you are potentially harming the financial bottom line of Man United, the brand, by saying those things that could potentially lead people to not buy that new jersey, to not buy that season ticket, to not buy the merchandise. You're being stupid. So, I mean, look, we'll see what happens, because I've just going on to Reddit, because I wish I wanted to see what people are saying. Even in the United Reddit, guys are like, wait, what is this clown saying? like, what is this clown saying? But again, it's just so funny how you say, it's just him using the word. Okay, immigrants, too much immigration, we need to lower immigration. Okay, fine, let's have a discussion about too much immigration and everything. We are being colonized by immigrants. The chief king, triple OG colonizer is arguing and complaining about being colonized. Guys, that is absolutely and completely hilarious. It's hilarious. I mean, if your boy Jimmy could just play back what he said, that because he was like, wait, did I really use the word colonized? And he's like, did I? So, being from the chief colonizing nation, I really used the word colonized. Amazing.